location from Nassau, Bahamas, it's the Small Cap Hour Expert Interview.
I'm joined by Fabrice Taylor, the publisher of President's Club newsletter. Fabrice, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Welcome. Give us a background of what inspired you for this conference.
Well, you know, I've been writing about investments for 15 years, maybe even a little bit more, and one thing has always struck me about Canada, there's not a lot of large cap companies that people have never heard of. And so when people have heard of stocks and companies, typically it's too late to make real money on them. You can do well buying big banks, you can do well buying VCE, but if you really want to get, you know, aggressive and make the big bets on high growth, higher risk companies, you've got to go to the small cap sector. And all my life I've met very promising entrepreneurs in Canada who, because they weren't in the resource space, which is so dominant in our country, they didn't get a lot of love, didn't get a lot of attention, didn't get a lot of respect. So I've always made it a mission of mine to back them, sponsor them, finance them. I'm not against resource companies in any way. That built our country, and I do invest in them. But there's a lot more than that in our country, and I've always wanted to be a champion of them and a sponsor of them. So this is yet another iteration of what I love to do: bring great financiers, great investors together with fantastic entrepreneurs, and help create value.
And what kind of qualities brought some of these companies here to the Bahamas?
Well, the companies were all here by invitation. We had a lot of companies that wanted to come, and we just had to turn them down because we had a special focus. We wanted uniqueness, we wanted top quality management, we wanted good ideas, good balance sheets, basically to improve the odds of success. And so if you look at the companies we have here, number one, there's great diversity. We have specialty finance, we have a company that is in the recreational marijuana space. The guy who runs it used to run Mars Canada, the chocolate company, as well as Caris, a blue chip CEO doing a microcap name. And we've got just a variety of different, interesting, unique businesses. And that's probably the number one theme that you'll find at this conference and in the things that I do. I like difference, I like uniqueness. It's easy to attract attention to these things.
Awesome. And you invest in more than half of the companies here. What stands out to you personally?
Well, again, the number one thing you need in a small cap is good management, because the CEO of a big bank isn't going to make two, maybe even less decisions in a year. Most of them will be bad ones. But it doesn't matter because the CEO doesn't really have much of an impact on a large, old, 200-year-old company. In a small cap, the CEO makes a decision every day pretty much, and they do have an impact. So the number one thing you need is great management. Then you need a simple idea and people who believe in it.
So you're an investor and a journalist. What is something that you have seen in terms of changes in the industry?
Well, lately I've seen obviously a lot less mining, and now oil and gas is starting to disappear. So the small cap space is attracting and receptive to stories outside of resource, outside of extraction. And I think that's a positive, because I don't think you can rely on extraction industries to build an economy. It's not a very good business if you look through this cycle. So I'm really excited about that, because although I do invest in resources, I don't think that you can build an economy and a portfolio just investing in these things. And
is that the theme in the conference this year, about moving towards that trend?
Absolutely. If you look at the makeup of the venture exchange, it's going to be 80–90% extraction, whether it's energy or mining. And the composition of our conference is about 10%, a little bit less than 10% extraction stories. The rest are, as I said, tech, biotech, finance, real estate, all sorts of things outside of that domain.
Right. And what kind of stories do you want the exhibitors here to get out to the investor audience?
I just want them to tell investors and the world what they do and share their passion for what they do. I have the greatest job in the world because I get to hang out with entrepreneurs all the time, and they're just amazing people. Right. They're always positive, they're always energetic, they're fun to hang out with. How
can viewers learn more about you and about President's Club newsletter?
Well, they can go to www.thepresidentsclub.ca and download a few of our reports for free. So there's a free version of it to try it out, and if they like it, they can subscribe.
All right, thank you very much, Fabrice.
My pleasure.
For more expert interviews, be sure to visit SmallCapPower.com.